finished Haikyuu last night, and by finished I mean I'm caught up. There's gonna be a new season coming out this year, so
Oh.
it's my volleyball anime, which is so Dolly, I'll put this into perspective. Haikyuu is Haikyuu is
I know Haikyuu.
Yeah, it's not as like what is it? It's not as, I mean, it is as hype as Kuroko no Basket, right? It's just, it's not Dragon Ball Z, but a sports anime or whatever, like Kuroko no Basket is. But it's like it's super hype, and yeah, it's kind of like you're just like always rooting or whatever. I tweeted this a couple times, but this show makes me act like a gremlin. And with some of its scenes. But I'm caught up to that.
I've seen the tweets.
Yeah, I'm caught up to that, so that's nice. I started because I've watched a little bit of it before, but I started watching Ace of Diamond because I was like, I'm gonna keep continuing on this sports anime kick. Ace of Diamond is a baseball anime, and I've seen a couple seasons of it.
Maybe seasons.
That's
how you casually say you've seen like a couple of episodes. You can't just say I've casually seen a couple of seasons.
No. I mean, previously I have seen a couple of seasons. All right.
No sleep aqua strikes again.
Not between the time that I finished Haikyuu and now. I have seen a couple of seasons of Ace of Diamond. I fortunately had to work today, and I didn't degen hours some anime the past 24 hours.
Look, man, I never know with you. I really don't.
Oh no, but by the time we talk next week, I'll probably have all of Ace of Diamond done, because that's actually finished.
Cool. I never want to hear you talk shit about baseball afterwards.
Oh no, I can talk shit about baseball because anime baseball is 12 times as hype as normal baseball.
Then you need to use your imagination, mate.
yeah. The next time I watch a baseball game and a pitcher comes up to throw the ball, I'm gonna wait out all the light, light the whole thing behind him or whatever. Imagine he's winding up for the pitch. He switches his fingers up to be like to be one finger instead of two, and then like throws it, and it's like 120 miles an hour, and it follows the ball, and no, I'm not doing that.
I mean, I'm shy of following the ball on 120 miles per hour. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, but it's going to
absolutely the mindset you should be taking into sport,
and it's going to slow down or whatever, and the you're gonna see the smallest curve of the fucking of the ball when it gets towards the plate.
After you finish watching enough, you will actually notice the smallest curve on breaking balls.
Or when a batter comes up to the plate that's as hype as this one guy that's in Ace of Diamond, who like literally always hits home runs or whatever, but every time he like walks up to the plate, like his eyes glow red and he's like no, that's never gonna happen, man.
Why not? You finally had the right mindset. What happened?
No, the right mindset is that I can't use my imagination when watching actual sports. All right. I like hockey. I like hockey, and I can't even use my imagination when people are playing hockey. All right. So, I'm never gonna do that with baseball, a sport that I actually think is kind of boring. All right. So.
Listen to this bad take. Listen to this take that gets most gamers wedgied. Man, this is why people have the view on gamers that they do.
But Ace of Diamond's nice. Main character is an idiot, obviously, because all sports characters have to be idiots.
Yeah, it's just you have to, right?
He
can't confirm. When I played baseball, everyone on my team was an idiot, including myself. So
he what happens? He's in a school that's closing down, or whatever, and he's like hyped about playing baseball with his friends, and he's a really good pitcher or whatever. He's got potential to be a really good pitcher, and he gets picked up by this Tokyo school because like the recruiter sees him, and she's like, damn, he could be a really good pitcher or whatever. And so he ends up going to the school. pissing off a lot of people because he's an idiot and a country bumpkin, and including the coach. So yeah, it's pretty good. I'm only a couple episodes in. But other than that, Elden Ring, because who hasn't been playing that game?
Side eyes,
and...
Yeah. Right?
I have been playing it.
Okay.
Shut up!
Good.
Just checking.
And the Stranger of Paradise demo came out this week. Speaking of which,
I did not play that, but I did see a bit from it. That made me fucking laugh.
That demo. Okay, so the beginning of that game's rough, storyline wise. The beginning of that game's rough.
You're not kidding.
It skips around a lot, and I'm assuming
bad. You can say the word.
Look. Someone likened a certain scene to the advert for J.O. Crystals, and I can't stop watching.
Yeah. No, the boys did walk up and be like, "Hey, you got a J.O. Crystal too?" Yeah.
Oh.
Hell, I mean, even the girls have J.O. crystals, so.
Wow. It's a club.
Jack and Jill.
Now, the gameplay of that game is pretty good. I didn't agree with, because obviously I listen to a podcast because that's kind of what I do at work sometimes, and my boys over at Gigaboot said that the game didn't run very well, and I'm like I didn't have a problem playing this game on PS5 at all. There was no frame drops. There was I didn't see one hitch at all. Whatever. Now the fidelity of the game looks pretty bad. Like there's a lot of texture problems in this game. Especially with some of the NPC character models. Oh god, they look ugly as shit. But this game's gonna be unhinged, so I'm looking forward to it. Though the Metacritic scores are out, and it's at like a 75 at the moment.
Yeah, that's about where I would have expected it to end up.
Yeah, 70 something's not bad. It's nothing spectacular.
Yeah, because the gameplay is so rock solid, I didn't think this could really fall below a C.
Yeah.
But because of the absolutely horrendous writing thus far, I did not expect it to get very much higher, if I'm honest.
Nah. But I mean, they've got some DLC planned for it that looks pretty good. I know there's some raids in the game, so I mean, and it's co-op. The game's just probably more fun playing with other people. Period. So. That game comes out in 4 minutes. So yeah, look forward to us talking about Stranger of Paradise next week. That's all I played this week. Yeah, all I've done this week actually.
I can follow up with that. I also messed around in the Stranger of Paradise demo. I enjoyed it a lot less than Aqua did.
That's because I'm just unhinged.
Yeah, like I definitely recognize that the gameplay mechanics are actually pretty good. I enjoyed jumping between two classes on the fly. I also don't think that it suffered any frame drops. I think it was more or less rock solid. I think I might have had one hiccup when we were doing multiplayer stuff, and I'm not sure if that was the game or just my connection because I wasn't wired in for that. So. But yeah, no, the game looks all right. I think the NPCs kind of do the mid 2000s 3D staring in your direction, but never right at you, and that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
This, of course, is not true of the main characters, where time has been invested into. But I just can't get over how bad that story is, and I know people are going to say it. Yes, I have no issue with the story in Elden Ring being as obtuse as possible compared to Strangers of Paradise being in my face and just very bad. Because Stranger of Paradise is trying to tell a story and it's doing so really poorly.
You know what's actually
pretty a thing that I was in for.
It's pretty nice. It's actually pretty easy to follow the story of Elden Ring too.
Tell you what, yeah, because of how fucking simple it is. Yeah, oh boy, they're off to kill chaos, and if you say that chaos doesn't exist, they will find a way to justify it.
Oh no, I meant Elden Ring.
Oh, Elden Ring? Yeah. I mean, it's certainly there if you're willing
honestly,
to read and listen. You have to do a lot less reading than usual.
It's actually the easier of the Souls games to actually follow.
1000%.
But as in like Strangers of Paradise, no, they're here to kill chaos, and
yeah, they like literally.
They might do.
There might be subtext if you play through the game and look back at it, but at the moment, oh boy, it is single-minded in its writing, and this really does feel like it. Like I don't know, I forget who's writing it. I know it's one of the Kingdom Hearts writers, but I don't know which one.
It's Nomura and one of the Kingdom Hearts writers. Yeah.
Oh, it's Nomura as well. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Nomura said he wanted to make a story about an angry guy.
That's right.
Is that how he pitched it?
Yeah, he literally said this sometime. Was it last year?
Like it was last year when it got announced. Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to make the story of an angry man, and
this is one emotion.
Jack certainly is angry, but it just feels like some people are gonna like it because it's like angsty and like teen fanficky, but like I don't think it's on purpose. I think they have accidentally reached a level of camp that maybe they weren't aiming for.
Well, I hope it is that, because I do like me some camp.
Oh, it's campy as hell, for sure. Like, literally, you've got one too, right? Holds up Crystal. Yeah, we're bros now.
Yeah.
What? And then they do the Star Wars things where they'll skip hours, days, weeks, who knows how long in between screen transitions. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like
I guess that time it's just not important, and they didn't say a word in between.
We're gonna go talk to the king about killing chaos, and you go up to the king, and the king's like, you don't even get to see this thing, but the story is the king says no, go kill these 3 types of enemies or whatever, and then it goes to saying that they had to go out and kill some enemies, kill some monsters to prove that they're worthy enough to like fight chaos or whatever, and then
exposition
cuts to them on a boat, cuts to them on the boat, and Jack's like, I'm getting tired of all this monster hunting. When are we gonna go?
That's so chaos? Fucking funny.
Oh yeah, like it's so bad, but like it's gotten to that weird point where it's so bad. It's like, okay, this is genuinely amusing. I don't know. For me, this is not a $60 game. No. I refuse to pay $60. Like, there's the polish of the gameplay, and with the amount of content that might come out, it might actually be worth $60, and that's fine. It's not worth my $60.
The
the
other writer is Kashushige Nojima.
Do you happen to remember which ones they worked on, like where they began? Because I assume they just worked on everything after
the
they
Kingdom
started.
Hearts he worked on. Right, he started with some games I do not know.
Okay, fun.
It's scenario writer for 7. With
I just went for Kingdom Hearts.
He started with 1. He
did start with 1. All right. Well, I mean, how is this writing even worse than that? I was really hoping, like, yeah, they were just on for the last one. They're still finding their footing.
He wrote some stuff for 10.
Look, I adore 10, and I will defend it to the death. 10 has some moments too, my guy.
Yeah, 10 does have some moments, yeah.
But yeah, no, like I'm not here to hate this game. I'm just not here to purchase this game on release. It's gonna be fun. I think a lot of people are gonna pick this game up out of spite, just to purposefully compare it against Elden Ring favorably. And
no,
I think
Elden Ring beats us out of the water.
Yeah, but I mean, the internet being the way it is.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people they're gonna make these 2 games fight. And that you probably shouldn't.
No.
These 2 games.
Bully this
these 2 games are for different people.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people who didn't like Elden Ring for like gameplay related reasons and for just being an obtuse FromSoft game might actually like this game unironically.
Well, this game's
Or
very
like their
simple in its
hatred.
gameplay.
Yeah, like the hatred for Elden Ring might blind them to reason. They might just like look at this game and go, you know what? Fuck it. It's simple. Nothing fucking one shots me. I'm given a hallway to run through and all this direction. Great.
Yeah.
So like yeah, I think like this will absolutely appeal to some people. A lot of people who go into this with hate in their heart are going to just be won over by its charm. I hope it does well enough to not, hurt anyone that worked on it. I don't necessarily know if I care about the sequel for this immediately, though. Anyhow, other than this, I played a lot of. Well, I didn't play a lot of. I played Elden Ring because, of course, I did, and that's it. I am a Soulsborne. I'm a Soulsborne player now. That's all I play. I guess the next one. I mean, does Sifu count as no? That's roguelite. I mean, it's close. I play the buzzword genres.
Well, yeah. I also played Elden Ring, as stated previously. I've hit that skill plateau because I'm new to the series, not through choice, but here we are. But I've hit that skill plateau where I am getting to the stage where I'm hitting enemies that will kill me over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I will be stubborn and attack again and again and again and again and again. And I do see the health like eventually progress and trickle down as I try, but then I hit the plateau where it's like I'm just getting killed straight away. This is getting annoying now. Angry, put the game down for a bit, breathe. But it's a lot of fun. I am a glutton for punishment, so luckily this game is a bundle of fun for me. But I've attempted
player in the making.
I do like these types of games. It's just I've never had a chance to. But Tree Sentinel, fuck that guy. I know he's the very beginning bloke, but I'm like, ugh. I've got the hero, so it's the axe and the shield. That's what I chose to do. But I also found Ruin Bear. Ruin Bear is like 2 hit you're dead.
Ruin Bear.
It's the bear in the cave.
It's a bear in the cave called Ruin Bear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That bear sucks because you have so much small space.
All bears.
Small space, big bear, charges, everything. I can also get that down to half health before I'm murdered, but
half health isn't so bad. Those things still kill me on the regular.
Yeah. I'm still at the very beginning because I haven't really had a chance to sit down properly, and I'm obsessed with looking at things, so I'm mostly exploring.
Did you make it to Florida? I forget.
I haven't made it to Florida.
Okay.
Like I say, the first Ruin Bear I encountered was across the ravine in the big gap you have to cross. I don't know how descriptive that is enough for you. But yeah, anyway, lots of fun. I'm still baby when it comes to that.
Nah, you're doing it the right way.
Explore the way I'm just having fun with the game. It's just great to explore. Also, let's see. Yu-Gi-Oh! As always, I'm making a Kuribo deck, which is like this little fluffy demon. And I discovered there's like a whole deck you could make with them, so that's what I'm doing.
Good old Kuribo.
Yeah. Kuribo's also baby. What else I play? Star Wars. I'm still playing on that MMO Star Wars. That's fun.
Yeah.
I've got a light side character. Yeah. Playing on my dark side character. Just bouncing around different characters. Still enjoying the multiple choice and the fact you can do that with a group, and the dungeons are very interesting. Well, they're not difficult because they've retuned them, but it's just the way the story plays out in the dungeons that are fun.
Yeah.
And that's my story.
Well, maybe you're still
my
enjoying
story,
your time there.
And you're not part of it.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance. I know it's another 10 reference, but I was running out of story once.
Well, I mean, I was just quoting fucking Orin from Kingdom Hearts. This is my story. You ain't part of it.
I did enjoy him sassing the
Paige.
sassiest man in Disney.
Hey guys, don't forget to sub to the channel if you're into what you're hearing. While you're down there, remember to like the video as much as we like you. You'll be good now.
All right. We got some news this week.
Oh baby.
Some good old fashioned news. And I
Love to
forgot
hear
to
it.
post it in there. But we don't have a question from Little this week. So who knows what he's doing? Probably playing more Elden Ring. But first, we got confirmation that there will be a Monster Hunter Sunbreak event this week.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Comes out either, I think it's tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow actually. So that'll be nice. We'll get more information on like the release date and everything for Sunbreak. Probably more monsters, more stuff that will be introduced into Sunbreak. Can't wait for that. Hopefully they do not say, "Oh, we're gonna push back the PC version of Sunbreak," because that's gonna make me really sad.
Yeah, that would suck. Must be sad.
But looking forward to that. I unfortunately work tomorrow, so I'll have to hear that secondhand. Or like watch it. Oh, you know what? I might be able to watch it at work. I've
It's
slacked
what
off
breaks
before.
are for.
I don't get a break.
Hush! It's what breaks are for. We are good hard workers on this channel.
Oh, I don't get a break. Okay. Next, Advance Wars. It's being delayed due to the ongoing crisis. Because they do not want to be insensitive and put out a game about shooting stuff with tanks. And
Do you know when the last Advance Wars came out?
Oh well, this is just a remaster for. This is Advance Wars 1 and 2 pretty much like remake or whatever.
I'm aware of this.
But I do not know when the last Advance Wars came out. It's been a while.
September 10th, 2001.
Oh, I suppose they don't want to repeat that. Yeah.
This franchise is fucking cursed.
What's going on? That's spooky.
Jesus Christ, dude, that's. Whew.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, they'd have canceled that game if it was supposed to come out like a day later.
I am convinced you're right. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been super disappointed by this pushback. Everyone, I think, there were some weird people out there. Everyone, I think, understands why.
Yeah,
but
I haven't seen anybody say anything bad about it. But
I have. Oh boy. I've heard a lot of people like, this doesn't change anything. Just release it.
I know it doesn't change anything, but like
exactly. But this is like, be sensitive.
They just don't want to be yeah.
Be sensitive. To
empathy, please. Thank you.
Because there's a lot of games in Japan that don't get released on certain days just due to like tragedies that happen, like tsunamis and stuff that happen in Japan.
Yeah.
Correct.
For sure.
I can say that the entire last fifth of Metal Gear Solid 2 had all of the American flags stripped away from it when they crashed Arsenal Gear into New York for the obvious reason.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have the bad guy, having his big speech about saving the world and political correctness in New York that we just crashed a giant Metal Gear into. Oh no.
It's so weird that they did that, but then Rising Revengeance exists.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to argue with you. Metal Gear Rising's a wild story, man.
That's literally a political commentary in the video game.
I mean, that's the whole series, though, isn't it? It's like the whole thing was based around nuclear disarmament and just like the effects of war on the world as a whole.
Yeah,
Kojima's not the best at writing like people speaking, but his themes always made it through pretty all right.
Yeah. But I mean, this is understandable.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
People waiting on Advance Wars can wait longer
exactly.
for Advance Wars. Like, it's not. There's other games out, people. Advance Wars isn't the end all be all of video games, especially if they're just remakes of 1 and 2. You played these games before.
Yeah.
So you know what? Do another playthrough. By the time you're finished, unless you're a speedrunner, it'll probably be out.
Maybe. Yeah. Who knows? Unless this ages very poorly and bad stuff really does happen.
Oh boy, yep.
Moving on to a big fuck you to Nintendo. Square Enix released a music channel that has all pretty much all of their video game music on it, and they said, "Here you go, guys. Use this."
Yeah. Yep. They sure did.
They were like, "Hey, Nintendo, fuck you."
I don't know about the use this part, but they definitely have
maybe
it
they'll
there.
use this part. Folks who
Yeah.
have music in their past YouTube videos and stuff might get flagged easier because of this, but I think
Yes, I'm happy you said that because that is my current biggest.
Yeah.
worry. I think
It
this
might
is
be-
on the whole a fairly good thing. There are times I want to listen to the music and just be able to find it in like a really good quality, and this is going to make that easier. And frankly, just having access to this does in fact put it above Nintendo. But also, as Leek just alluded to, I think this does make the bot that works at YouTube for the DMCA stuff. I think this gives it a better read on things.
I
So
think if you
that
have
happened against
gameplay running at the same time, obviously like 14, Final Fantasy 14, it says that you can use their music, most music anyway, if you're playing the game on the video.
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like that's fine, I think. Maybe like how-tos and guides and stuff, maybe they might be, but if they're showing gameplay too, they're probably fine. It's the ones like fan videos and like fan animations or dubs or anything like that, they might get caught easier now.
And this actually is I think good for Twitch too, because I think Twitch and YouTube has that thing where they're like, yeah, you can actually put the music that's on YouTube or whatever you're able to use.
Oh, that is news to me.
Oh yeah, generally if it's game music, not
game music,
not label music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
then you can use it in Twitch streams and stuff.
Yeah, so like the stuff that's on this Square Enix music channel, you should be able to have being played on your Twitch channel. But I mean, it has the entirety of the 14 soundtrack on there, so it literally is the best one of the best music channels out there. So, so you can't go wrong with it. So I mean, good on you, Square, for saying. I mean, this is just good for people that just want to find a good place to like listen to like Final Fantasy music in general or whatever.
Dude, I'm already guilty. I can say I'm going to. I've already sat there and just put on the Nier playlist.
Yeah, so I mean, just like they have the Final Fantasy 13-2 soundtrack on here, which is like one of my favorite soundtracks. So I mean, I can just easily find it. It's in a nice playlist. So yeah, good on you, Square. I like this. This is a good move. Good move. Me like. Next we got I think this came out yesterday. There's going to be a Hogwarts event on March 17th.
Yeah, I found at least that's when I found it as well. And I passed it along. So yeah, it looks like there will be a special state of play revolving mostly around this much anticipated Hogwarts game.
Yep. This game, when they first showed it off, this game looks pretty nice. It looks interesting, is what it is. This is like the first like actually interesting Harry Potter looking game that I've seen. So I'm interested in seeing what it's gonna show. Then it comes out the 17th, so I'll be off that day. I can actually watch it.
Nice. I think I've finally outgrown Harry Potter, which is a bit of a shame because I grew up reading the books, but I've just not been interested in this game at all. I'm hoping that maybe finally seeing it in motion, seeing the various venues and such, might rekindle something.
Well, the good thing about
really rough with a last couple of years being.
Yeah. We don't talk about her. We don't talk about her.
Yeah, I
it's
would
true.
not like to talk about her because my feelings about her is grown more negative over the
Oh
years.
yeah,
I want this game to succeed only because the devs worked hard on
The
it.
devs
Don't
worked
blame the
very
devs.
hard.
Don't blame the devs.
Yes. correct.
Yeah, do not blame the devs.
But my personal feels on Harry Potter, I'm probably not going to play it.
So the thing that pushes me to be interested in it is that it's not Harry Potter. It's about Hogwarts.
It's Hogwarts,
It's 1,000 years before Harry Potter.
Didn't know the timescale though. Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably I think it's around the time or it's like a little bit after like Hogwarts is founded or whatever. So I think it's gonna have like some of the story like between like the actual heads of Hogwarts, like Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw.
This
I
is
think
a
there's gonna
smart
be
way.
some stuff.
Yeah,
Some
this is smart
stuff with that.
building.
Because while the story, the normal story of Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts are all right, the correct choice is definitely go to the beginning, to the very beginning, because that's a lot of real estate you can use, and putting it into what looks to be like an action-ish magic game. I mean, looks pretty nice. I'm interested to see what they show on Wednesday.
Oh, for sure.
So hopefully it looks good. Out of nowhere, LimeWire is coming back.
Boy.
But instead of being, your one-stop shop for mislabeled fucking files,
questionable content.
questionable
boy.
content. No, I mean it's still questionable content because they're now doing NFTs. They're now going to be a place to
you're right.
Sell NFTs.
Oh, I see. It's a market now, is it?
Yeah, it's
So really, as far as gamers are concerned, as far as people with tastes are concerned, LimeWire's still dead. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, LimeWire's still dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was funny. Just out of nowhere, fucking LimeWire coming off the top rope going,
I couldn't believe it when I read it. Like he was just sitting there in chat, and I had to read it 2 or 3 times. I'm like, is this a joke? Am I missing something? What's happening here?
I mean, let's be real here. It's pretty on brand for it's on brand for LimeWire. Let's
I mean, what's off brand for LimeWire making good decisions? I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But in that same vein, our good old boy Reggie, former head of Nintendo America, he came out with a statement where he questions the current definition of the Facebook's metaverse, and then says that Facebook itself is not a very innovative company.
Man doesn't miss.
He's our good old boy, the Reginator, and he's popping off shots at Facebook, which is good because Facebook's a shit company.
Yeah, so I was considering the word meta recently, and essentially it means something that's aware of itself, right? So yeah. So before this change, Facebook was accused of like gathering information illegally, getting information that it's not supposed to have from people, that kind of thing. Then there's a name change. Does it know? Is that why? So we better change.
Actually, I can kind of speak to this a little bit. So the term metaverse has been thrown around for a while now. Facebook isn't the only one to deal with it, but they're the first ones to like rebrand their parent company Meta. So
yeah,
okay, sure, fine. So the idea of a metaverse is kind of a way of homogenizing a lot of different things down into an easily accessible platform. There are popular examples of this. For instance, Second Life is a great one. VR chat is another great one. But the best example is Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like this stuff exists, and what this stuff is really good at is getting eyes on a product and specifically eyes that otherwise would not have been drawn to it.
Yeah.
What makes this hilarious for Facebook is they are accused of grabbing your information and doing questionable things with it. So what might help with that? Having a place where all of the various eyes are funneled so they can have a wider audience by which to grab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, meta. I was contemplating the word. This is why I think it's aware of itself.
I think
You just
you're
repeat.
spot
Yeah.
on. Like, it's such a weird. Like, I don't understand why metaverse is picking up now. Like, this, none of this is a new concept. I think it got lumped in with the new blockchain stuff and kind of rose to power that way. But this is just corporate business speak. It's just buzzwords.
Yeah.
We've had this for ages. Bloody like online hangout spaces have existed. 3D hangout spaces have existed. I named VR Chat. I think VR Chat is the most
Yeah.
well-known example of this. Maybe not just the one that I know the best. Second Life kept coming up, and as far as I can tell, Second Life is just VR Chat with more restrictions because they have a look that they want to go for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
And like even just MMOs in general have been doing the same concept as a metaverse for ages. Crossovers, public chat, and even events like music-related stuff. So, bloody
Like when
executives wanting to trademark a word that they can continue making money off of, I guess.
Yeah.
Are they actually trademarking it?
I'm sure
I think
someone's
I
going
think
to try
Meta.
to.
Yeah. I think they did trademark Meta.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think Facebook did.
That's it. Oh, I hate when they do that. They don't trademark a word that most people use in the game sphere.
Yep.
Like not just video games, but tabletop as well. Meta's used
Yeah,
a
just
lot.
the concept of how to approach the game. Super useful word.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's annoying when they. Anyway, yes. Reggie,
good guy
Yes.
Reggie coming in with the sniper shots, being like,
yeah.
"This is shit." He's
Keep blasting, Reg. Keep blasting.
Yeah. Reggie's gonna live forever. Because God.
Oh, it's because he's a robot. It's
Oh
feasible.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
Reggie.
obviously.
Enjoying the video? Remember to like and sub. Helps out the channel a bunch, and we're grateful for everyone we get.
But that's it of the normal news. The normal.
All right,
news.
let's get what we're all really here for.
We had a state of play this week, boys, and
Yep.
Dalit says he thought it was meh. I thought the state of play was pretty all right.
I'll be honest, I do. I think it's like a C+.
There
There was a couple of things that was interesting.
I agree.
I did go with B.
I agree.
I'd go with B.
Yeah.
I would go with B.
There were a couple of things I found interesting.
Capcom came out of nowhere, announced Exo Primal.
Yeah.
This Lost Planet-esque type game where it's a 5v5v dinosaurs video game.
Yeah.
Following this game's reaction has been amazing. So because I follow fighting games, I end up hearing a lot about Capcom, given a big portion of Capcom's base. Man, hearing the Capcom reaction to this. So first of all, everyone thought this was Dino Crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was
Everyone.
talk about Dino Crisis being possibly
Correct.
remade.
Yes.
And this is what it was.
And so naturally, I mean, realistically, I mean,
one of the characters looks like the lady from
She
Dino
looks like
Crisis.
Regina.
She
She
does.
looks so much like Regina. And so naturally, I don't blame the leaker for getting it wrong. I would have thought this was a Dino Crisis game too, 1000%. So yeah, like watch people like it was split from what I saw about 30-70, 30 people going, holy shit, this is hype as hell. And 70 people going, Dino Crisis, Dino Crisis, Dino Crisis. The fuck is this?
They got too invested. No.
It's true. I think they did psych themselves out. Me myself, I think it's novel. I don't love what I saw, but I certainly don't hate it. I think this would be like a fun little campy experience, so long as they, don't do anything silly like take themselves seriously. That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, you can. How can you take yourself seriously? A fucking like 12 billion dinosaurs popped out of a fucking bubble, man.
Exactly, a bubble pops out. Just
Oh, it's when they
spitting out
said the
raptors at
forecast
you.
is dinosaurs. It's like, what? The forecast predicts dinosaurs will be happening this afternoon on today's weather. Like,
So
yeah, you
so,
can't take this game seriously.
Showering raptors with sparse intervals of T-Rex.
this not being Dino Crisis aside, I think this was Capcom going like, we'll make this game, not name it Dino Crisis, see what people's reactions are, and see if there's enough interest to then actually remake Dino Crisis.
I might be into that as a read, except that's the purpose of Resident Evil. Because Dino Crisis is just Resident Evil, but you replace all the zombies with dinosaurs.
Yeah,
So, like-
but Resident Evil is its own thing now. All right, it's not like when people think of Resident Evil, they don't think this would be like a cool Dino Crisis anymore. Like it's its own entity now. So,
Sure, but I don't think that's strictly true of 2 and 3. Because 2 and 3 are pretty much what I would imagine would be Dino Crisis.
yeah, no, I
Only,
mean,
you
I
know.
agree, but like this, we're talking about corporate speaking here, though.
Oh, if we're not talking about the fan base, and we're just talking about like corporate and seeing people's
Yeah.
reactions and trying to judge it based off that. A, they're idiots, but fair enough. And B, I really don't like this being how anyone would try to judge excitement for a Dino Crisis game, unless what they were looking for was during the reveal to hear people go, Dino Crisis, Dino Crisis, Dino Crisis, Dino Crisis.
Yeah, no, this is probably them testing the waters to be like, well, we're gonna put out a Dino game, all right. People are gonna think it's Dino Crisis, but we're not gonna name it Dino Crisis, all right. And then we're gonna be like, okay, well, people want Dino Crisis, so we'll make a Dino Crisis.
I certainly hope they do.
Because I guarantee this game doesn't have that much budget in it.
That's a level of cheese
is-
that I want to see come back. I would love a
Yeah.
Dino Crisis game.
Dude, I would
as
like a good dinosaur game in general.
Yeah. As for this game, I don't think it's going to be great.
No, I don't think
But-
it is either.
But to be fair, I also don't know what it is yet. Even despite seeing it, I'm still not sure.
There
It's
is like
just a
very similar
PvP
games
game.
that are only released in Japan, which is basically you fight off hordes of alien invasions and stuff like that. It's very similar type of gameplay as well.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot
Except-
for the life remember what the name is,
It's-
but it's popular here.
Okay.
But this is a PvP game though, so it's like
It's a PvP.
It's
you-
PvP?
Yeah, it's you versus
you
another
sure?
team. Yeah, it's you versus another team versus dinosaurs. So it's PvP.
What is it? Just
Oh,
like
you have to
four-
outscore each other,
Is
isn't
it just
it?
like
Yeah,
four
yeah.
people in the
You have to-
world get to be player characters, and literally everyone else playing as a dinosaur?
You don't. I don't think
No.
you don't play as dinosaurs. You have to shoot.
So
the
you're
dinosaurs.
against another
Dinosaurs give you
team trying to
points.
score points or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's 2 human teams versus each other
Yeah.
in a who can kill more dinosaurs.
Right.
Oh, this is an arcade shooter. We need a
Yeah,
light
yeah.
gun. This is something I grew up. This is like
This
Time
could
Crisis.
be, yeah.
Yeah,
Confusing.
That's what I've.
Confusing, but optimistic.
Yeah, it's a futuristic exosuit clash with dinosaur hordes. So.
Oh man, people saw the exosuits and they were worried. They
Hey,
were
those
like,
exosuits
"Oh."
have nice behinds. You see that shot?
They do.
People are like,
Oh.
oh my god, is this another Anthem? Is this Anthem
That is
2?
absolutely the
Yeah.
fear that people had. I like Link's take. I think Link has a strong take on this one.
But they got that robot recruiter as well. I said robot. Oh my god, brain
Yeah,
stop.
the not Edie.
Robot.
Brain stop.
What?
And,
Cute Sexy Robots? What?
Yeah, cute
Oh,
sexy
God.
robots.
Yeah, she was actually I liked her design. It was interesting. But
I love
I don't know.
Twitter.
I'm confused by this. What will we get from it? I don't know.
I this is a game that I'm going to need to see more on because I'm still
Oh,
so
yeah.
confused as to what it is.
Yeah, same. Next we got a splurge of trailers. They showed off another Ghostwire Tokyo trailer. This game I'm always confused as to what it actually is. It looks interesting, but it's like a first-person shooter-esque. It's like
It's 100% a first-person shooter, but you're using
versus
magic
ghosts.
finger guns instead.
Yeah.
Um,
That comes out next week, I think, or this week, or something like that.
I hope
soon.
it does well. I unfortunately don't think I can play it. I'm having an issue with that game I don't usually have with games.
What's that?
The trailer of that kind of made me dizzy at points.
It does. It is a bit off-putting. Like it does make me a bit nauseous.
Yeah, it's not
But-
an issue I've had with first-person shooters first-person games in general up until now. Like I know a lot of people had this with Mirror, and I fucking loved Mirror. Oh, sorry, Mirror's Edge.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
think
like
it's-
having that feeling, I was like, oh, is it because of all the bright colors as well?
I think
I
it's
guess, like-
because the trailer makes it feel like you're playing it in VR or whatever, and VR is like I would like to do VR stuff, but like I'm always afraid I'm gonna get like fucking car sick, nauseous. from
Yes,
it.
that's actually pretty fair given reactions to VR that I've seen.
Because I can watch people play first person shooters all the time or whatever.
All day.
It's just for
Yeah.
this game just feels like it's like being shown to you as like kind of a VR thing. And I would actually have to sit there and play Ghostwire Tokyo to actually like see if it feels any different.
This is a game I would love to have had a demo come out.
Yeah, I know, right?
I really like
but
I like the baddie designs a lot.
yeah.
Like they are weird and off-putting and almost Silent Hilly. I think they're all like real, not yokai, but they're like
Oni?
urban legends, I guess,
Urban Legends
and some actual yokai as well. So, because you have the seventh tall woman. I forget what she's called.
No, I don't.
Uh,
I was at
but
work
yeah,
when all this was going on, so I wasn't able to pay full attention to everything.
Ghostwire Tokyo is one that I was really excited for when it was first revealed. I was excited for when I saw the follow up, and I've been cautious on ever since. And this news trailer putting like that feeling in my stomach really took a lot out of me. I really, really would love a demo of this. I don't know that I want to play a game that I'm not going to be able to physically play.
I was like hyped for Ghostwire because what is her name? Nakamura was the one that when she introduced to Ghostwire Tokyo back when she was actually working on it or whatever. She was just like a bundle of just hype joy for like video games and stuff like that. But now that she's not on it, I was just like I technically stopped following.
Yeah.
it.
I did like the trailer though.
Yeah. The trailer was
Ghostwire.
Pretty
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it had like I said, it had all the basically the urban legends. I even saw like the Lady Tremisk.
Exactly, that's
yeah.
the one I'm looking for. What is it?
Yeah.
Haku something or other.
Yeah. I can't remember. But she was based on this ghost basically.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, it comes out the 25th, so
Yeah.
that's in 10 days. So in about 8 days, we'll probably start seeing some reviews come in for it, and we'll see what
I'll be very
what everybody has
interested
to
in
say.
seeing what people have to say. Yeah.
Next up, we had a Stranger of Paradise trailer. This game's unhinged, so I mean, it was.
It really is.
They're not showing anything we haven't already seen. So
I may not be in love with it, but I do have to agree with this. This game gives off massive Revengeance vibes.
Yeah, it does. That's why I'm all for it. It was a trailer, and then they were like, "Hey, there's a demo," because the demo came out like about an hour or so after the state of play. Next up, they showed off a Forspoken trailer. This game, every time they show this game, it's looking better and better. So I'm actually really interested in seeing how Forspoken is. But they also ended it with the
news of the delay.
News of the delay. It's coming out October 11th now. So it's like a 5-month delay. So
Man,
hopefully,
I'm a little tore up over this because this game, since the first time they showed it off, has been really exciting. Before they showed off any combat, any storytelling, it just looked fun to run around.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Um,
I think movement's going to be so sick in this game, and I hope I'm right.
Yeah, this like feels like because so it's by the Luminous team or whatever. So it's using the Luminous engine, which is the same engine that was for Final Fantasy 15. And everybody knows how bad that engine is, all right? But this team has had a lot more years to work with this engine. So hopefully they have figured out the best way to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like they kind of have because, like I said, traversal in 15 was kind of piss poor outside of using the fucking the strike move to get around. This game looks like traversing looks really good. There's I don't think there's really any melee stuff, so it's like kind of like a third person like magic shooter. Because you know your main character shoots a shit ton of magic. So this might be like pretty much what this engine is actually good for. And I'm hoping that the 5-month delay helps them fix any polish that needs to happen with the game.
Yep. Don't know what needs polish, but like, yeah, polish it until it shines, please. I want to like this game.
Yeah. My only big problem with this delay is that while it gives me some time between like now and the summer to like get through whatever games I need to get through, it also threw the game in the middle of in the middle of like a war zone of how many different games are coming out towards the end of summer into fall. So I'm very torn now. It's made me sad. But yeah, I'm interested in this game. Honestly, Square Enix had a lot of games this fucking State of Play. They had a lot of games this game.
It was surprisingly Square heavy. A pity that so many people got themselves hyped up for the games that didn't appear.
I warned people. I warned people the night before. I was
Yeah.
like, quit thinking. Quit thinking. Next up, they showed off a Gundam Evolution trailer. This is a first-person Overwatch-esque.
Thank you. I was about to call it what it is. This is Gundam Overwatch.
Yeah, Gundam Overwatch is what it is.
It's so unabashed as to what it's stealing from. I don't even hate it because at least they're being very honest with what they've done.
Yeah. Though this game doesn't look that interesting. I know the sound effects that they showed off in the trailer, the guns definitely didn't sound like they had very much impact.
If you don't like Gundam, you're not going to be into this. There's no reason for you to be.
Yeah,
Overwatch exists.
Now, if they made like Super Robot Wars shooter or whatever, I'd maybe be interested because I don't like Gundam or whatever, but I like other mechs that would have been cool.
I wish they had just. I wish they didn't feel so restricted. I don't know why they went with the Gundam choices that they went with when they could have literally just brought in all of the fan favorites. Yeah, they were very conservative with this one.
Give me some Code Geass nightmares, man.
Wow, look, it's amazing we're even getting that in Super Robot Wars. The licensing for that game's a mess.
It actually shouldn't be. It's all Bandai Namco. On
the JP side,
it's still Bandai Namco because they don't dub it, so it should all still be Bandai Namco.
Yeah, for that's fine. But there are a lot of things that have we know that it's licensing issues. That's why they're not the Super Robot Wars games aren't more commonplace over here.
Yeah, but that's because they're licensing nightmares. But I'm talking about specifically Code Geass. Code Geass
that's fine.
Is under Bandai Namco. It's under Sunrise.
Well, that featured
there are other stuff that
was featured in the recent Rebel Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was just talking about they should have done like a Super Robot Wars-esque with like all of like Bandai Namco and Sunrise's stuff within this like this Gundam game or whatever, because that would have been interesting.
As a
Yeah, I don't know
fan,
how the
yes.
licensing works.
Oh, it's. I've seen
a
like it
nightmare.
written out on paper. It's not very fun to look at.
Oh dear.
I think Gundam Evolution is interesting. I don't think it's interesting enough for me to put too much time into. I wish they had done more than just the UC. I think
Mhm.
I know that's like I think UC is the best timeline if you want to tell a story. I do not think it's a very interesting timeline in terms of mecha. And yeah, I agree with you. I think like Gundam is popular, and this is going to do well because of that. But a giant mecha Overwatch game would have been even better? Question mark?
It is
Exclamation
Well,
also
point?
there's previous
free to
games
play.
like this. Oh, it is it? Okay, I might actually play it then. But yeah, there is previous PvP type game already.
Yes. Battlefield? Oh god, no.
Yes, no, not
Gundam
Battlefield.
Breakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Breaker. I mean,
Honestly, the thing that mostly threw me off was the weird house music.
Oh,
Like what?
the music was actually
Yeah.
really bad. The music
It was so
really
bad.
That being said, going back a step, the Forspoken music was actually pretty good. The music that they were, that they
And
had
stepping
for
back
Forspoken trailer.
actually to Forspoken, I was thinking that's probably why I was thinking
Oh,
there
she
are
was thinking.
similarities. Yeah, once in a while I do this. There's like a couple of aesthetic wise similarities between that and Elden Ring, and I think that's maybe Elden Ring is another reason why they pushed it back. And I wouldn't blame it at all because we've talked about games releasing at bad times.
Yeah,
and maybe they thought about this because not only does it look very similar color palette wise, it is an open world thing where you have, you tackle massive monsters and stuff like that, because maybe the visual theme anyway is very similar too. So maybe that is another reason why, and I wouldn't blame it at all if that was.
I could see people getting spooked.
And there's bound to be comparisons.
I feel like May is far enough out. The game was originally coming out.
I don't know. Maybe. But then maybe
at the end of May too. At the end of May.
Yeah.
We know it's not Square. Well, actually, I take it back because we know that Square's not worried about that because they were willing to put out Stranger Paradise today,
the week after. Yeah.
So hold on. I agree that's something that I think at some point an executive probably was worried about, but upon closer inspection, I think Alco has a point. Like they are actually putting out the game that is fundamentally closer, though.
But it's Man the game though.
It is. Yeah, you are.
But it's actually kind of a direct competitor too.
I wouldn't call it direct because at the end of the day, I still find this closer to like a Gauntlet game than I do a Souls.
No. I meant Stranger Paradise.
Yeah. I don't think
it's a Neo-esque game.
Like.
It's a Neo-esque game.
Well, I'm going off aesthetic and visual comparison rather than, because even Stranger Paradise, it has Paradise has like Paradise. They have like lots of purples and that kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, visually it ticks a lot of different boxes, and to League's credit, Forspoken is big and brown with some splashes of green and a big
gold.
fuck off dragon. So.
And gold, lots of gold, too.
And lots. Yeah. Fair enough. That's
that a fucking dragon.
So, and there's dragons in it too, so that's another thing. Yeah. It's like that was my immediate gut reaction. That was, oh, I've seen this before. I just played this, that kind of thing. Even if the gameplay itself isn't exactly the same, that's what my gut was when I saw the trailer. I was like, maybe that's why.
There might be a little bit of that, but I also believe that it's probably a lot to deal with. Making sure that it's polished enough, because games nowadays,
that's it. I actually commend studios that push games back, because I hate it when they force the devs to push it out too fast and unfinished. So
we talked about this last week, but we're talking about it now, so I might as well bring it up again. There's also the fear of the reaction that Babylon's Fall got, and they might be less likely to put out a game they're not 100% confident in now.
Yeah.
Because good old Square Enix puts out some of the best games of the year, and oftentimes also the worst. So,
yeah, We don't talk about
Quiet
Babylon. Babylon's Fall.
Man, Wonderland, or Wonderworld, sorry, and now Babylon's Fall. That's what, the last 5 years? Because I don't think Quiet Man
Yeah.
was 3 years ago. So,
Yeah.
oh boy.
Yeah. So in short, I'm glad they pushed back Forspoken, big clap. And
Yeah,
my only thoughts on Gundam Evolution is that's all I remember from that trailer.
Next up though, we got some actually really surprising news. I'm actually surprised
That's
they
some
didn't
radical
announce.
news. Yeah.
Yeah, it's some totally gnarly. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Cowabunga Collection. This is pretty much all of the old arcade-ish and like PS1 era Ninja Turtle games all in one collection. This includes like Turtles in Time. I think like there's the Shredder game. This is
it's any game that has ever sold remotely well.
Yeah,
that is not in 3D, obviously.
Yeah, that's not in 3D. I was like, okay, I'm picking this up because I love the old school Ninja Turtles games. They're so good. Some of them are so bad, but they're so good at the same time. Ninja Turtles games are so good. But I'm actually surprised.
Neat.
I'm actually surprised they didn't announce anything with the new Ninja Turtles game that's coming out this year. Right after it, I felt like that would have been that'd have been like the perfect spot for it. Like maybe a release
That's
date
one of
for
two
it.
ways to look at it. The other way to look at it is that new game might cause people not to want to pick up this game.
I mean that's fair, but people that are following the new game or following Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games, period, they know
They're going to eat up as much as possible, 100%.
Yeah. So, and this game's probably not this collection's not going to be no more than like $20. So, yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm going to pick this up actually. I can't. I for PlayStation, obviously, but
PlayStation.
I think it'll be pretty nice. I'm pretty excited for it. This next game, why does it even exist? Giga Bash is a kaiju battler game. It's budget Godzilla fighter. That's what it is. It's just.
I think that's incredibly unfair, but entirely accurate. This is a weird game to make. Is this
when I
even
make a Godzilla
game?
one?
Was it like King of Monsters? No, not the movie,
yes,
but the video game.
The game.
Yeah.
So hold on, because I have to now look up if this is even an Eastern developer, because I want to gut check. Say this is a weird game to bring over from Japan, but I have a notion that it may not be. Yeah, it may not be an Eastern game. This may be a Western game.
Yeah, King of the Monsters was an old SNK game, I think. It's on the Super Nintendo.
It's I don't care. Like it looked weird. It's from Passion Republic Games, so wherever they're from, they don't even have a wiki. They're Malaysian. They're a Malaysian independent studio.
I mean, look, I'm not going to blame anyone. Like, I don't know how often I say it on this podcast, but I fucking love dino movies. I love kaiju movies. I like the old Godzilla films. I love the Gamera films. I feel like this was made for me. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be picking up this game. This came out in the wrong year.
It's a action brawler kaiju battler. So fucking it's yeah, it's weird. Let's see. Giga Bash the debut. The monsters in the game were inspired by classic tokusatsu characters, including Godzilla, Megazord, and Ultraman. So yeah, it's inspired by budget kaiju video game.
this feels like
So.
a fun game to put in a bundle later on to get
Yeah.
people to find you that way.
This game better not be $60. I need to go ahead and say that. This game better be 20 max. Hopefully. A game that I am going to be picking up next, though, is...
Are you? Wow, that's
yes,
impressive.
Yes, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R.
So yeah, this is a remake, or not remake, a remaster of a couple of old JoJo fighters that came out before. Brought it up, made it prettier, 60 frames.
They added
It is
in
a
new
fighter,
stuff to it.
but
They added new stuff to it. They added in you can now do air dashes and all that shit in it as well.
They've certainly modernized it, which is good
Yeah.
because this comes out at a pretty good time. I think this when this initially came out, the JoJo Western spike had just begun, and now it's all cylinders are go. So
Yeah.
it's a good time to bring it back.
They added 10 more characters and they took away a character.
Ruh-roh. I didn't hear about that.
No, the character wasn't part of JoJo, so it was another character that who is the author of the mangaka for fucking JoJo.
Understood.
He was a character that was created before JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I forget who it's called. I forget what the character is called, but it was a character from another thing that the creator did, but they took it out of this one. But they're adding in 10 more characters. One of them being Jolene from Stone Ocean. So
Jolene was 100% in this game before.
Oh, was she?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought they were only adding. I don't know who the 10 characters that they're adding in are. Then I just assumed that Jolene wasn't in it because her anime wasn't out yet.
An understandable assumption.
PS3 game. But I'm gonna get this just because it's a JoJo game, and I'm trying to get into JoJo's, and I know JoJo's is pretty funny. So, and it looked nice. So maybe there's rollback in it too. So, hopefully.
It's a fighting game, so I mean, by default, I really hope that's the case. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully, copium, huff and copium over here. Rollback, please. They showed off some more Trek to Yomi. There's a new trailer for Trek to Yomi. Still looks good. Same podcast. They said the gameplay looked bad, and I'm like sitting here like, are we looking at the same thing here, man? This looks pretty nice.
I genuinely don't think we are. We're clearly looking at two different things because this feels great.
I was like, this is like 2D side-scrolling fucking Ghost of Tsushima here.
Yeah, this is a Kurosawa film in 2.5D, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm here for it too. I might pick it up when it comes. It's
even more Kurosawa.
Yes,
really.
Somehow it's even more Kurosawa than Tsushima.
Well, they've also got big name Japanese voice actors in it as well.
They do. They made a point in the trailer to do that, which I mean that happens in Japan way more than ever happened in America.
Oh,
unless you have like a celebrity actor on your game.
Seiyus in Japan are revered as gods.
Yeah, they're respected for their craft. It'd be really nice if that was true.
We got that, yeah. Too. Yeah, no. Feels bad. But I might pick this up. It's a Devolver Digital game. It looks pretty nice.
It does look really nice. I look forward to it.
Yeah. This surprised the hell out of me, actually. Returnal is getting an update, 3.0 update, which brings a tower mode where you climb a tower and you get campaign co-op. Now I push on to Dalit. Hey, Dalit, want to play Returnal?
I mean, I've talked a lot of shit about really playing roguelites, so it's going to be really awkward when I say no. So, I mean, maybe, I guess.
We can co-op Returnal now.
I certainly didn't want to play this solo, but maybe there's a very real chance I give this a go. Yeah.
This'll. I mean, I already own the game and I've played a little bit of it, but this if I had somebody to play with, I would pick it back up because that just seems fun with two people. I'm also interested in this tower mode because to see what they do. I wonder if it's like every few floors you fight like a boss, and I wonder how big the tower is too. So that comes out at the end of this month, actually. as well. I think
Very
I think
soon.
it's like March 20th something. So yeah, that's nice and left field. Our last two games were more Square Enix games, surprisingly enough. They're just pumping out games. Sometimes to the detriment.
Two more Square Enix games. People collectively hold their breath. No, don't do that, guys.
Yeah, I know, right? This is at the point where I was sitting here like, I was like, man, people are gonna be like, oh my god, they're gonna talk about Final Fantasy 16, and I'm sitting here like, when Yoshi P says spring, he means spring. I even tweeted out, I was like, with all the people that are thinking that they're gonna show off Final Fantasy 16 stuff, and I tweeted, I put the picture of the little thing that Yoshi P announced or whatever, and circled the our next big announcement is spring 2022, and then I the second picture was a screenshot of when spring starts or whatever, and which is like March 21st or whatever, and I'm sitting here like I don't think this is it, fam. don't think it's here. If
to be fair, the lead up was super. Yeah, it was super disastrous though. Two more Square Enix games. Well, people are here for two very specific Square Enix games at the moment.
Yeah.
You're cruel, Sony. You know what you're doing.
But the first thing they showed off was Diofield Chronicles, which is an RTS-esque tactic game.
I think comparing it to tactics is fair enough. I'm curious to hear how you all viewed the response to this, because I suspect the people we follow had very different responses.
The responses that I saw on Twitter were mixed to a point where, and this was pretty much just one person that it said something. He was like they're gonna let this shit go through, but they're not gonna let Matsuno make a new tactics game. And I'm sitting here like,
maybe we saw the same things actually.
I'm sitting here like, if Matsuno wanted to make a new tactics game, like if you really wanted to, I'm pretty sure Square is gonna be like, yeah, go ahead and make a new tactics game. Matsuno's also working on another game with this company, so who knows? It could be tactics. He hasn't stated anything yet. And another thing was same person, because they went through like who's writing the story or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, the scenario writer is the person behind Fire Emblem Three Fates or Fire Emblem Fates, Fire
Fates
Emblem Awakening.
Okay, Awakening.
Awakening,
right.
Actually, Fire Emblem Awakening. And a couple of other games that weren't very good, like storyline wise or whatever, and they were like, "Yeah, this game's dead."
That's rough. That's rougher than what I saw. I mean, I think I definitely agree with the initial take. A lot of people I saw they weren't optimistic. They were pretty hesitant to approach this one. I saw a lot of takes of, you just released Project Triangle.
Triangles.
I don't think I want another game like it so soon. And of course, the other half being like, look, these are not the games we want right now. So overall, I was surprised how negative the feedback I was seeing was. Though it seems like people were just super negative about this state
Square
of play.
Yeah, state of play. I am
Usually
surprised.
The people I follow were pretty 50-50. They were just really negative this time around.
I am very surprised that they're going to be releasing another tactics-esque style game right after Triangle Strategy. I understand that.
Curious.
I understand these games kind of do so well with Triangle. From what I'm hearing, Triangle Strategy is a really good game. I just wonder like what the talks between teams are like in Square. I mean, they're probably different divisions. So I'm just like, we're gonna come out with another tactics game. I again would like I also would like to know when we're gonna have like an actual tactics like remake or something like that, because that's got to come down the line.
I think that's fair.
I really think that has to come down the line at some point.
To be charitable to Diofield, as far as we know, it's coming out in 2022, and I think it's safe to say it's probably coming out at the end of the year. So
Yeah.
you'll probably be done with triangle strategy by then. So maybe by having 2 out this year, they just want to feed you really well.
Yeah, I mean, this is
That's
fair.
all I can think of. Because yeah, it does strike me as I if it were up to me, I'd have released Triangle Strategy this year and then this game Dio Field at the beginning of next year.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, this game looks interesting enough. I probably won't pick it up because I'm not really into these types of games. I look at Triangle Strategy and I'm like, this looks fun, but I'm also not really I couldn't get through 3 houses. I don't like tile turn-based RPGs. And I don't like them at all. I can't do
So I
them.
made it through 3 houses. I made it through two of the 3 routes of 3 houses. And I'll be honest, this game also doesn't do much for me. The art style being in that tactics vein, actually, I think actually does hurt this game
Yeah,
because it doesn't look very interesting. And unfortunately, the trailer did a poor job of, really selling anything about the story because it's a reveal trailer. And I don't think the genre itself translates to a very hype type of reveal. So
yeah, no,
uh, I don't know. I hope this does well for the people who like really are super into this. Like you, I think if I genuinely think if they just said tactics on this, I might have been more interested.
A
And it
lot of people were
does.
thinking it could have been like because I when I was like watching like people react to whatever, they're like, is this Tactics Ogre? We getting Tactics Ogre? Because people want a Tactics Ogre remake as well. Um, I'm just not like the only turn-based tactical turn-based game that I've played and actually beat was War of the Lions. That game was
Mhm.
fun. But I was way too invested into the story to stop playing it. So that's the reason
Yeah,
why I pushed through it.
I
And
think
that's
I think a
that's
game
just
like
because it's
this
Matsuno.
does need a good story, and to
Yeah.
hear anyone say that like it to compare it to Awakening, in a negative light because I did not play Awakening is that's not great. If Awakening wasn't good,
Yeah.
because I don't think this game has many other ways to really sell you on stuff like these. Maybe character work, like with all games, but I think a strong narrative is a must in a strategy RPG.
Yeah. I agree. Um, do you know the funny discourse about this game when it first got announced?
What was that? What?
No.
No, it was actually announced as a Platinum Games title.
Oh,
What? This
Yeah,
game?
yeah, Diofield. It had at the end of it there was the Platinum Games logo was on it.
I did not even notice.
Yeah. It was
Huh.
funny as hell. People were talking about it all over Twitter, and I was like, wait a minute, is that really a fucking Platinum game? Fucking game? No, they tweeted out right after. They were like, Platinum Games is not working on this game. It's a different company.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. It's like the
Yeah,
animations didn't even look slick enough to be a Platinum game.
yeah,
Platinum, come
um,
to think of it, if you really do not want to make your like action games anymore, I think you could do a strategy game. Just like give them the animations you're known for.
yeah,
Have time to actually tell a story. I think it'd be great.
yeah. Um, lastly, we finally get confirmation that Valkyrie Elysium's not a mobile game. Thank God. I was worried after we said it a couple weeks ago. We were like, oh my God, this is gonna be a mobile game. It's gonna be a mobile game. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
mobile
because
game.
it for whatever reason it just sounds like one.
But no, they showed off the announcement trailer for Valkyrie Elysium. It is assumably a game within the Valkyrie profile universe.
Oh,
I don't know too much.
nothing assumable about it. That
Yeah,
it is 100% a Valkyrie profile series game. I just don't know to what capacity.
yeah. I don't know where in the timeline it plays. I've never played a
To
Valkyrie
be
profile
fair,
game.
we had Valkyrie profile for Lenneth. We had a Valkyrie profile for Silmeria. I did assume the next one was going to be for Frist, but I guess not. Frist does show up at the end. At least I assume that's Frist.
A lot of people. I think Zeno said it was hers too. Read it
Yeah,
as soon as
because
he saw her.
she's been redesigned. Obviously, she's not fair skinned with straight black hair. She's got some color on her skin. She has really curly hair. She looks beautiful, and her armor has been updated. But it's dark armor, purplish with a halberd. That's the Hrist.
Yeah.
That's the Hrist telltale signs.
Um.
I don't know where to slot this in. This could be a Sumeria again, prequel of some sort. This could be an offshoot. This doesn't necessarily have to be main series, though I don't know how they handle the offshoots. I've only ever played 1, 2, and I will be playing this one.
Yeah, I'll be playing this one too. They turned it into an action game.
I
It is
mean,
now full blown
yeah,
action.
like I think this is what they wanted in 2 and just couldn't get to.
Yeah,
Like I
maybe.
think
I've never
this
played
kind
one
of
though, so
one is old. I
no,
wouldn't use
I've
one
never
as a
played. I've never
gameplay
played a
comparison.
I've never played a Valkyrie
Oh,
profile.
I'm sorry. I see.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble describing 2's. Like, you had a movement round, and then everyone could attack at the same time. It wasn't the same action-based combat as we see in this trailer, but it wasn't strictly turn-based. It was novel. It was novel, and I actually saw a lot of people super disappointed that didn't come back. I was seeing things like, oh, they're just turning into another action game, which is weird to me because I fucking love action games. So my bias kicked in. I was like, hey, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, my only worry about this game is that the graphics did not look very well. It looked pretty budgeted.
It did look heavily budgeted, but it also there's a clear look to the artistic work over the graphic fidelity.
Yeah.
And that's been true. That was true of 2 as well, where it was like for a franchise that you do know, it was like 10 and 12. 10 aimed to be photorealistic for its time, and 12 didn't. 12 aimed for this tactics as painterly expression of
Yeah.
them. That's kind of what they've done here, because it was true of that in 2, where they had a really soft, almost painted look to them. So they've never really been one for like the Square Enix pushing the realm of graphics. But there was something about this that did feel cheap. I'm gonna get eaten alive for saying that.
I feel like the environment textures was a bit like low res.
Maybe, yeah. I'm gonna. It'll definitely be something to look forward to for the next trailers.
Yeah. This is also a game I don't feel like is going to come out until honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this game got delayed, but I don't feel like this game will come out until like towards like the very ass end of 2022 if it stays on course.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Which
100%.
which is good because that means if they announced it and they announced it for this year, it means most of the game's probably already done, and then the last bit of this year is going to be just for polishing. So maybe as we see more of this game, it'll get
exactly
more polish.
That's why I'm looking forward to seeing what happens going forward. My big issue actually wasn't the graphics. I didn't mind that. Probably because I went in with an understanding of what the games looked like before.
Was your problem the lip flaps?
I didn't notice them.
They were bad. Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I just don't notice like that anymore. I would honestly, actors, big ups to you for just ignoring those fuckers and putting out a decent performance. I'd rather have you sound natural than try to speak English to Japanese lip flaps. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
No, my issue was that the combat looked modern but still clunky. Just maybe it's because they didn't do any long-lasting fluid combos, but like it just felt like zip up 1, 2, finish the
No, it
animation,
looked very basic.
and then move again.
Very basic. Yeah.
Which is fair. It was just her. When you have more Einherjar, or you just have more party members, you'll be able to enhance that. But if you're going to like step into an action-oriented situation like this, you're going to need to bring more than that.
Yeah.
And this Valkyrie does not look handicapped. She like if it's Silmeria, or Silmeria, if it's well, it's not Lenneth. Maybe it is Silmeria.
I don't know any of these characters you're talking about.
It's a Valkyrie, right? So
Yeah.
if it's a Valkyrie, I'm expecting in a game that gives you free reign to move around like that, for them to be excellent, to them to be very fluid and very quick on their feet. Like these are not going to be very heavy hitters until Nibelung Valesti comes out, but that's later on.
Yeah, I mean, I figure that the this was just like, hey, this is a video game and it's action and we'll have more gameplay down the road. So
I am tentatively
hopefully.
excited for it, but I would also
same.
like this game to do well, so they will remaster 1 and 2
Oh,
and the couple side games that I haven't played yet. So.
yeah, no, I one of the jokes on that other podcast was like I'm backed into a corner here because this game looks like it might actually be bad, but I need to buy it because they need to know that I want more Valkyrie profile.
Oh man, I don't know who they are, but yeah, that's kind of where I am, right? Like,
yeah,
I want more of them, and I haven't played Origin or Covenant of something or other.
Covenant
So
of
maybe
Plume.
That's the one. Yeah, I didn't play those
That's
two.
the
I
DS
played.
one, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, exactly. I played Profile and Profile 2 Sumeria. So I'm going to support this game unless like we get out
I'll throw
for
the
like
60
2
for
months. Yeah, unless we get like 2 months out and they just say no, it's a trash fire. It's done. It's over. Other than that, I will support this because I want them to know Valkyrie Profile is something they should try. But
Well,
man, I have a little
well, it's not, but
worry
it's
building in me.
so here's the thing. It's not a Tri-Ace game because it's Tri-Ace isn't doing this this Valkyrie game. It's another company.
Yeah, which explains the whole different the shift into new art style and new combats.
Mm-hmm. Though, I mean, Tri-Ace could do the combat this way too.
Oh, I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. Like I would trust Tri-Ace to do this modern, absolutely.
Yeah.
It just explains the big differences currently.
But Tri-Ace is also working on the new Star Ocean game, so
makes sense, right?
Yeah. Which is another game that I'm backed into a corner to pay for because I know there's a very good chance that game's gonna be shit, but I still want them to keep trying because I enjoy my space games. I enjoy them.
I enjoy that we're both backed into this awkward corner. We're like, I don't want to throw all my weight behind this, but I really want it to do well. Come on.
Yeah.
Like surely there's a game like that on this list for you.
I know, yeah. Leak, is there a game that you're ever backed into a corner and you're like, this game might be bad, but I still need to support it?
I would say that with either the Gundam or the Exoprimal game, because I do want them to be good. I want them to be fun. It's just except all I hear is
yeah, pretty much.
You know, I feel like Sonic fans are backed into that same corner too. I feel like
you're not talking about the movie.
No. I'm talking about video games. I'm talking about video games.
Yeah.
I would say if it's the Sonic Adventures after that era. Before the 16-bit games, I will forever defend. They're amazing.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. But I just mean like Sonic fans nowadays they have to put all their money into buying the new Sonic games or whatever because they're like there's a good chance the Sonic game's going to be shit, but I don't want them to stop making Sonic games because there's another good chance that the good Sonic game will exist.
Yeah.
I haven't played since Generations, and Generations was really good. So, yep, they're right. Occasionally they'll put out something really good.
This new Sonic game that they only showed like a 10-second video and a screenshot.
The one that we're confused is if it's a open world or not.
Yeah, that game.
Yeah.
There's some potential. But
Hey, I hope it does well. I mean, though, before we move on too much on the topic of Sonic, did you all catch the new trailer?
no, I haven't even watched the first movie yet.
Neither have I.
I haven't watched the second trailer, or the newest one anyway.
So yeah, they
I
did
saw the
have a new
poster.
one.
The poster's
Yes,
amazing.
If we talk about nothing else, we have to talk about if this series has gotten anything right, they are playing to their fans. That is some heavy nostalgia. That is just the Sonic. That's just Sonic 2. That's actually like that poster is actually just the box art.
Yeah, it's great. It's very good. Whoever's doing heading that, well done.
I need to watch the first
as far
movie.
as I'm aware, my
You
only
should.
criticism
It's fun.
with this movie is that they didn't just get the Sonic actors.
Well, they got Tails.
You don't want
They did get
Idris
Tails, but they
Elba?
didn't get. So I don't hate it, right? Like if you're gonna get actors, fine, whatever. But they're not real. They're still animated things. Why not let these people that brought these characters to life for the last 10 years?
I mean, why didn't they get the
Continue
guy that
to
plays
do a good
Mario to
job.
do Mario instead of Chris Pratt?
Don't you fucking start with me. They
Why
should
didn't they-
have.
Technically, you
What
did
they
start
did
this
was wrong.
conversation.
Yeah,
You
this is
started
fair.
this
What?
This is fair.
conversation.
Why didn't they get Garfield's voice actor to do Garfield instead of Chris Pratt?
Again, well, did you mean Chris Pratt for Garfield, or did you mean Bill Murray?
No, they got Chris Pratt for Garfield.
It's a new Garfield.
There's a
Is
new
there?
Garfield
Is
movie
there?
coming out.
Are you fucking serious?
We talked about this weeks ago, Dolly. We even made the
Look.
joke about Bill Murray.
Look, listen.
Oh,
First of all,
no.
brain of a goldfish. Second of all, he can't keep getting away with this.
That's why
you.
that's why the meme is that he keeps voicing all these characters because he's Mario and Garfield.
I like you, Pratt. But
You
you're
know
on
you don't.
thin ice.
I
No,
don't
no.
actually. I don't like
Pratt's
him.
Pratt's an asshole and a homophobe.
Pratt's a Pratt. And I can say that because I'm from the UK.
Well, shit. I liked you, Pratt. I didn't know, and now I do.
Yeah,
I have
Pratt's
to go
like
look this up now. That's
back.
unfortunate to hear.
Yeah, Pratt backs like some church that's very very bad.
Yes. And
It's a
yes,
party.
folks, just because you don't say it out loud, if you're backing and giving money Disney,
God,
Then-
yes.
you're still endorsing it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I wanted to go off on that small tangent about the Sonic 2 trailer because I thought it was great. I thought it was really good. I actually genuinely look forward to this. I'm going to be watching the two of them at the same time at this point because I also missed one, and
Yeah.
I heard retroactively that it was quite good. So now I'm just going to make a night of it.
Yeah.
After 2 drops, obviously.
We are done. No more news.
Hey!
Yeah. We
News
are
are done, boys.
That's it.
yeah,
No more.
So
No
next week we talk about Monster Hunters. The
Yeah.
event.
Yes,
Monster
yes, yes,
Hunters,
yes, yes,
Hogwarts, and Stranger's Paradise.
Oh yeah, I
Sure.
do want to see you guys your full game breakdown. Oh, not full game. I'm not sure if you will finish it in time for next time.
I'm pretty sure Dollet's not playing it unless I get this free copy.
Yo, unless I don't pay for this, I'm not. This game is not a game I'm paying $60 for.
Okay,
at
fair
launch.
Yeah. But I will be
If he
playing
doesn't,
it.
I will play it later on. But yeah, I am every bit as interested in hearing that as you are, Leek.
Yeah. So yeah.
Manny
I'll
Man
be
the
playing.
game.
As soon as we finish here, I'm literally going to turn on my PS5 and play it because it's been out for an hour and a half. And
All right, so
I need to
let's
play
let
it.
him get to it. Remember, you guys, when in doubt, kill chaos.
He's missing
No.
out on his Geocrystal time. Sorry for keeping you waiting.
When in doubt, hit the subscribe button and the like button and comment. That's what you're supposed to say, Dollet, and then kill chaos. There's an
What he
order to
said.
things here. There's an order to things
Yeah.
here. All right.
Show us love, and then beat the crap out of chaos. We
Yeah.
love you for it.
But what are you guys doing this week? 'Cause
What
obviously,
Elden
I'm
Ring?
killing chaos.
Rolling into weapons I should be dodging.
You're
also-
rolling into them. At least you're rolling in. Most people roll away.
Yes, actually, that's fair. That's actually a good call. Rolling
You're
is
one step
usually
ahead of
safe.
one step ahead of the curve there.
Hmm.
I'll also be playing Elden Ring. As much as I want to just shell out for Sifu this week, especially after that excellent mod package I saw where everything was just matrixed. You play as Neo, all the enemies are Smith, and they put like a green tint over the top of it. Oh, mwah, mwah, so good. I'm gonna have to pick that up on PC.
Yeah.
I can't do that. This week's gonna be a busy work week, so I'm just gonna stick with what I have already purchased.
All right. Well, there we go. That's what we're going to be doing this week. Again, please give us love, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye-bye. Be good night.
Bye.
Before you go, remember to like, comment, and sub to us. Not only does it help out the channel and let us know what you're into, but it also makes you 100% cooler than everybody else. I checked with Aqua. It's definitely